Hey guys, I'm back today with some spirit messages for you. If you do not know me and this is your first time being on my channel, I am the Mystic Mover. I'm a spiritual coach and I like to focus on providing you with a blueprint and a roadmap for your spirit so that you can create the life that you want for yourself and live in your divine power. Go ahead and like right now, subscribe and share this channel. I am looking forward to connecting to as many people as I possibly can to be able to each help us as the world shifts. So I've already pre-pulled cards. I do not shuffle on camera. Sometimes I will, but for the sake of this message, I really wanted to tap in, so I did not record it. But we have some good energy here. So today I'm recording this. It is the full moon in Libra, and I love the moon. I work with the moon. If you know anything about full moons are basically for releasing, and the moon in general is how we manifest. It helps us. Each phase of the moon represents a certain area in our own lives and journey. So a lot of people focus on the new moon and full moon, which I do as well. In my personal life, I focus on all cycles of the moon, phases of the moon. But for my recordings, I mostly focus with the new and the full moon. So we know new moons is where we plant intentions, where we are starting new beginnings and thinking things through, new journeys. And the full moon is more so a reflection period. When I started this new journey at the full moon now is working and what's not working. And we look at what we release and what we keep. The first card that we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is representing for us what we have manifested since the new moon. So the Queen of Pentacles is basically saying, since the prior moon, we have been really challenged to focus more on ourselves. We can notice, even if we haven't been challenged to focus on ourselves, we have probably felt more like going within ourselves. We're recognizing our needs. We know exactly what it is that we desire for our life. And we're basically aligning to those things. We're more sensitive to what we need in all facets of life, from spirituality, from our physical well-being to our emotional spectrums to friendships. We have a clear idea from the past new moon to this full moon of what makes us feel close to ourselves and what doesn't. The Queen of Pentacles here is telling you to trust everything that had played out for you since the new moon. And what's happening now is new ground, new things are being built. It's reminding you to be resourceful and make the best of what you have now that you know what you can't have in your life or what you must release. You have to be very resourceful and pay attention to the things that you have and how these things can help you without you focusing on what you lack. What did I lose? What do I have now that I've done some clearing, and how can I use what I have now to be able to start building from here? The Star card is the next card out of the light up here. And what we see here when we talk about the Star is what truths are being revealed to us now in a personal and a physical level that they had been hidden before. We had maybe even had subconscious blocks, so we weren't able to see them. This instance is talking about us getting back to the point where we like, okay, so all I really need is myself, huh? We start to go back to our inner selves and talk to ourselves and ask ourselves, what do we need? What's missing? Like we do a deep period of self-reflection only because when we get the Queen of Pentacles before we get the Star, that Queen of Pentacles was talking to us about us starting to really pay attention and hone in and focus and know what it is that we need. Now, the Star card comes in with the truth that's being revealed about ourselves. We are not delusional anymore about the things happening in our life. We're seeing things for what they should be. And to recognize blessings, recognize the curses. We're starting to recognize, put things on the path for us. The Star is like what's being revealed right now is that our spirit is really, truly untouchable. Our presence, we're divinely guided and protected, and it just doesn't matter whoever or whatever tries to throw anything, even this life journey, at us. We are still coming out as the Star. The clarification from the Star was the Two of Wands. So are you focusing in on yourself and really getting in and know what you want? Right now with the Two of Wands coming behind the Star, this talks about us, something in our professional or creative life starting to come to the forefront because this is now our focus. We removed all of this crazy delusional mess that we had going on, and we start really focusing on where are we trying to go? What should be our focus? What should we be on? And as we remove those things out of the way, we tap into our inner selves, our inner power, our inner journey, and it starts to attract and pull to us things that were meant for us to be along this path. We're leaving comfort zones. We're starting to build more authentic paths that really represent who we are, what it is that we want, and what we desire for ourselves. Okay, coming right behind that, when we talk about full moons, we talk about release. And when you get the Justice card with this talks about your third eye being fully open, okay? I'm seeing what's really going on behind the scenes, and I know for a fact, like, I can see things clearer. My vision is not blurred. Spirit is assisting me on my path and showing me what it is that needs to be seen. And Justice here was talking about you being fair to yourself. You knowing, like, whatever it is in your life, because what the Justice card right now is telling you is to release the things that no longer serve you, because you have a clear seeing, you have a clear knowing, you know what's going on. So do not be deceptive to your own self. Have fairness within yourself. Do not judge with impartiality. Go ahead and no, I'm not going to base I'm going to base how I move forward based upon the things that you've shown me and not the things that I believe to be true. Based off of actions, based off intentions. Moving forward, we're making decisions based off actions and intentions and what is shown to me. I'm not romanticizing and making up anything about anyone. When we talk about the Justice card, we talk about somebody who is able to see what is really going on and knowing where the fairness lies at. Knowing where the scales will be balanced at, okay? I was just thinking it in my head and it's right there. But knowing where the scales will be balanced at. So your third eye, baby, is open and it's popping and it's seeing exactly who, what, when, and where. And what your third eye is asking you is to base everything on your life when it comes to, should I take a job? Should I have a friendship? Should I be in a relationship? Should I take a business deal? Whatever it is, base it off of the actions and intentions that you are sensing and feeling around you, and not on what somebody is telling you or what somebody is leading you to believe, because your third eye is open. And as you're quiet, because you tapped into yourself, you went into the Queen of Pentacles and knew exactly what it is that you want. You vibrating in star energy and also the Two of Wands. So now we know justice comes from you. You get to make the justice call. Now your third eye is doing the talking and doing the walking and doing the picking. So what you have to allow to happen now is things to be released. If it's no longer serving you and your third eye is telling you where the justice lies, you have to listen to it. You have to vibrate with it, because any type of resistance from your third eye speaking to you results in lack of accountability for what is happening in your life, as well as major detachment. We have to trust in ourselves and our inner knowing and what it's telling us, because it is leading us and guiding us to what it is that we desire, we want, and what we are truly hoping to attract into our life. So now we have the Page of Wands. Some new stuff going to get ready to emerge for us. The Page of Wands talks about new opportunities, new possibilities. Things that were not possible for you are now possible for you, because not only is the world shifting and doing so many new things. Like, people think that the pandemic, the world going crazy. No, the world is now aligning, shifting, moving, switching. We're in a new world order. So things have got to start to balance out to how the new world is going to be. Taking on new opportunities, not being afraid. Understanding that what was possible for me last year, or any restrictions or anything that I faced in the last year, it doesn't remove it from the psyche. Work on healing that, because now new opportunities that are going to come to you are going to be like never before. You're going to be like, hold on, how they know? Don't worry about it. It is telling you to walk safely in the unknown. And if somebody calls and ring your phone, or somebody sends you a contract or whatever it is, please understand that something has shifted and it's changed, and something finna get ready to emerge. We moving off this. This full moon in Libra is truly like the first full moon of the energetic new year. So it's really coming in to illuminate a lot of things for us for the remainder of 2022. So the oracle card that I got behind this was a new start is coming. And I just love mixing my cards up so people can just see how spirit loves to speak and talk. Okay, so this card is talking about starting all over again. And I mean, hello, we just got the page of wands. I just told you there's new possibilities and things going to be happening for you like never before. A new start is coming. Something is happening for you where you're going to have to be figuring out a whole new way of living, a whole new way of being. Your past and the old self, it no longer operates, it no longer works, it no longer has a place in this new path. So now as this new start is happening, we got to hone in and see, hey, how am I going to be? What do I really want now? I'm no longer my old self. What do my current self, who I am now, I'm not looking back anymore. I'm building forward. I'm moving forward. I'm creating a new person. Forget about the past. Whatever it is you experienced in the past, it don't matter. It's no longer relevant. You can't use it. You have got to start focusing on who am I now? What is my identity now? What does this person like to do? And start creating that, start living that. You're not your old self anymore. If things are seeming crazy in your life right now, it's a new start. You're in a new world, not a new world, but you're in a completely new you. Now, the last thing we have here is a message from the universe, baby. So, the last card, big message from the universe. Surrender to the divine, and it's a full moon, and it's a full moon. Okay. I like it when they do that. Card talks to us about there being new possibilities on the horizon, things happening for us in almost supernatural ways. Some of the biggest things that you couldn't even think of these things yourself because you wouldn't even be able to think that this would ever happen. Something so divine. Like, I know we all have dreams and wishes, but sometimes we dream and wish smaller than what we're actually valued at or worthy of. And this card right here is speaking to possibilities being on a level that will blow your mind. Eyes have not seen and ears have not heard type of energy. This card is reminding you to tune into yourself. Go back and see what yourself has been telling you for the last, since the new moon. What has yourself been telling you? Write these things down because it's not for a joke. The spirit don't have time to play with you. Right now is alignment period, and the things in your life that are not supposed to be there, that are not actually going to sustain you and who you are now, they're going to be removed. And for sure, what you want to make sure that you're doing is tapping into myself. And we do that by looking back at the patterns that took place since the new moon. What are some things that stuck out to me? What were some things that really had my attention and focus and really, really made me have a moment? Like to say, hold on, it really grabbed my attention. What are those things? Because these are this is the areas in which spirit is asking you to surrender. So surrendering to the divine also talks to us about a wish coming true. Something that we desire is going to really start to unfold for us. It's a climax card. It talks about things really and truly illuminating in our lives as long as we are intuitive and paying attention and honing on to the signs and really being receptive to what the universe is trying to do in our lives. Surrendering to the divine. This is truly like a real magical message. Like on a full moon, it's saying surrender to me. You don't know. You can't see. You don't have the capacity to even hold what I'm finna do or what I'm doing in your life in whatever area it is that you need, baby. And 9 times out of 10, the area that you need is the area that is more so at the focus from the new moon to this moon. Because whatever intentions you put in at that new moon, it's all vibrating. Energy starts flowing immediately from that new moon. And now you have the full moon where you have to sit and reflect back on the lessons. You want to reflect on the lessons. You want to reflect on the messages, baby. You want to reflect on the numbers. You want to reflect on everything that was given to you. Nothing was by coincidence. You are being put in a place now where you're aligning. It's time for true alignment. The world has, the people, okay, so think of this era. This is a new era, okay? And in this era, there are people who, when you signed that contract to come back to earth or come down here to earth, now is your time. At lights, camera, action. It's time for you to do what it is that you signed that contract for. So if that means I got to strip away from you some of the things that you're holding on to, or if I have to give you a completely new perspective, or if I have to put you in hermit mode in order for you to get these messages, you're going to understand that this Libra and full moon is bringing to you clarity, direction. Oh, the scales, justice, Libra. Like, you're being balanced out. So don't hold on to things that you don't need, or talk negative to yourself when you shouldn't be even healing. You should be healing it. I don't mean to say it like that, but don't talk to yourself in a way that is not don't talk to yourself in a way that is not helping you. If it's not going to help you, then what's the purpose of it? Because there's a lot of people who ready to project onto you and tell you what you ain't and what you can't be. So you got to be the one to come back on your soul journey and tell yourself, hey, I'm me and I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me today. I'm going to be me tomorrow. And if me and me going to be together, we're going to have to establish a relationship that is healthy. Y'all talk about healthy relationships, romantic relationships, and marriages. What about with the self? You got to have a healthy relationship with yourself. And as you have a healthy relationship with yourself, you have to start surrendering to the divine. If you don't surrender to the divine will make you surrender. So this is your full moon and Libra messages. I am so excited about this. It really makes me want to make sure I get on here. I enjoy doing this. So if you made it this far, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and share it to somebody who need to hear this message, because I want this to touch as many ears as it can so that we can all be ready. Okay? Thank you.